There's been a debate going on between the founders of hip hop music, or people concerning hip hop, and the loudest people are Fat Joe. His argument is that hip hop was created by foundational Black Americans and 50-50 partners were Puerto Ricans, which means they were 50-50 partners of creating hip hop. Now, on the other side, Lord Jamar, he was from a group called Brand Nubian. He says there were no Puerto Ricans in the origins of hip hop. It was solely Black culture or foundational Black American culture. Not even the islanders like Jamaicans and people from Grenada and Haiti. They had no involvement. They were just there. They weren't involved in the growth or in and I'm paraphrasing, obviously. So, what do you think? I'm going to be using their Wikipedia pages. Fat Joe, born in 1970 in the Bronx, where hip-hop was created in the Bronx. And hip-hop there's 4 elements of hip-hop. Rap, which is basically poetry over the beat, spoken word. Breakdancing, graffiti, and DJing. So, hip-hop was created in the 70s and the 80s in the Bronx. So, Fat Joe would have had a front row seat. And Lord Jamar, he is born in 68, so he's a little bit older. He would have also had a front row seat, except he was born in the Bronx, but he was raised in New Rochelle. I don't know if that makes any difference. But ironically, he's Guyanese, because he says that it was only American blacks that created hip hop. And I'm trying not to be biased, even though I'm Puerto Rican. But I'll try not to be biased. Now, what I did to get to the bottom of this is I found this website. The website was called digitaldreamdoor.com, and they created a timeline that goes from 1970 to 1986. And what I did is I took every person, like the last poet or group, and I downloaded their Wikipedia pages, and I tried to do a quick genealogy of all these people. Now, most of these people, I'll say all of these people, were born after 1950, which makes it very difficult for me to do genealogy because the records are not public at that time. So I'm going based solely off their Wikipedia page, which I hate to do, but for the sake of argument, that's what I did. So the Lost Poets I did first, then James Brown, then Clive Campbell, aka Kool Herc, DJ Kool Herc, then DJ Hollywood, right? Africa Bambaataa. All these people, all the way down, I took everybody who made a contribution to hip hop and I downloaded their Wikipedia page. And I am gonna put them in one of these categories: foundational Black Americans, or it used to be called African American, Puerto Ricans, other Caribbean islanders like Jamaicans, Haitians, and I'll stick them here, and then white Americans, right? We have the layout. Let's see where it takes us. So first, we got to talk about the Last Poets, right? The Last Poets was a spoken word or a poetry group that took part in the African American civil rights, and they preached Black nationalism. It was inspired by a South African poet, K.L. Rapetsi Kiksitsile, right? The original 4 members are these 4. These are the founders. Now, Jalal Mansur Nuruddin, he is considered the grandfather of hip hop. So, rap goes through him. If we're doing a genealogy of rap, it starts with him. Jalal Mansur Nuruddin. Now, with that being said, his birth name, Lawrence Padilla or Padilla, which is a Puerto Rican name. Jalil Mansur Nuruddin was Puerto Rican. The grandfather of rap was Puerto Rican. So we will put him right here. Next, his partner, Umar bin Hassan, born Gilbert Jerome Hulling in Akron, Ohio. FBA, no doubt about it. Foundational Black American. Another founder, Obiodun Oyewole, born Charles Davis, African American, no doubt. He was from Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, the other founder, Felipe Luciano, I think you already know where this is going. Afro-Puerto Rican. He's also famous for being part of the Young Lords Party. But he's a very notable Puerto Rican poet. James Brown gets a lot of credit for the foundation of hip hop, mostly for his song The Big Payback, but also for his dance moves, which a lot of people consider the founding of breakdancing. He created a lot of dances that some might consider hip hop dance. So he was born in South Carolina, foundational Black American, no doubt. DJ Kool Herc, Clive Campbell. One of the most famous DJs. He gets a lot of credit for the foundation of hip hop, and he is Jamaican. So we got him right here with the other islanders. Even though this could easily be right here, right? Or these guys could be right here if we were just saying Caribbean islands. But the argument was between Puerto Ricans and foundational Black Americans. DJ Hollywood, no doubt one of the founding fathers. Born in Harlem, New York. He is FBA, no doubt. Lovebug Starsky, one of the one of the first rappers to become famous or to have a hit record. From the South Bronx, FBA for sure. Next, Africa Bambaataa. He was famous for the Zulu Nation that brought all the hip hop groups together. And he was born to a Jamaican and a Barbadian. So he is an islander. Fab Five Freddy, one of the pioneers of American graffiti. Born in New York, FBA for sure. But you cannot talk about Fab Five Freddy without talking about his partner in crime, or in graffiti I should say, which might have been crime. But Lee Quiñones, born in Ponce, Puerto Rico, a pioneer in graffiti art. He's also taught Jean-Michel Basquiat, who was also a Puerto Rican, taught him how to graffiti, or gave him his start. Lee Quiñones. Grandmaster Flash, one of the more famous DJs. He created the DJ technique called Quick Mix, and he is from Barbados. His family's from Barbados. Islander. Grand Wizard Theodore, the inventor of scratching. That's when they scratched the record. FBA. Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam, the record company, which was basically the Yankees for hip hop. He is the brother of Run DMC, well, of DMC, No, I'm sorry, Run. Reverend Run. That's his brother. FBA. And as I said, a lot of these people could be islanders, but they were born after 1950, so I'm just giving FBA the benefit of the doubt because that's most likely what they are. Okay, now, the Rocksteady crew, which was basically the go-to guys when you wanted to have a show for breakdancing, right? And the most famous of the Rocksteady crew was Richard Colon, aka Crazy Legs, 100% Puerto Rican. Another person from the Rocksteady crew that you have to talk about when you talk about the history of hip hop is Babito Garcia. For sure, he's Puerto Rican. He's the Stretch and Babito show was the go-to place for rappers trying to break a record. So you cannot talk about hip hop without talking about Babito. He is Puerto Rican. Actually, Scratch should be up here, and he was a white man. I didn't download his Wikipedia page, which is a mistake. Please forgive me. Fever One, a DJ and breakdancer from Seattle, Washington. He is white American. Mr. Wiggles, very famous breakdancer, street dancer. Stefan Clemente, he is Puerto Rican. No doubt. Rozelle, one of the pioneers of beatboxing, which is making a beat with your mouth, and well, they sometimes they'll clap, they'll make all different types of noise to make beats. He is FBA. Tony Touch, aka Tony Toca, DJ, rapper, entrepreneur, breakdancer, Puerto Rican. The Crash Crew. I wasn't able to get too much information about them. They don't have their own Wikipedia pages, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members. I will add them to FBA because they're from New York. The Cold Crush Brothers. Can't talk about the hip hop without talking about the Cold Crush Brothers. They formed in 1978 in the Bronx, and all the members don't have their own Wikipedia pages. I was only able to grab a few. Grandmaster Caz for sure, American rapper, songwriter, and DJ, a founding member of the Cold Crush Crew. And as far as I'm able to tell, he is FBA. Prince Whippa Whip, one of the rappers, Puerto Rican descent. Prince Whippa Whip, for sure. And DJ Charlie Chase, born Carlos Mendes, Puerto Rican DJ. He is a very important person in hip hop history, for sure. That's him right there. Lady B, a very prominent DJ of her time, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Born Wendy Clark. She is FBA. Okay, next we got the Funky 4+1, 5 members. Right, definitely important people in hip hop. 5 members, and not all of them have Wikipedia pages. But Shay Rock, she was the first female MC. or rapper from North Carolina, FBA for sure. MC Jazzy Jeff, not to be confused with DJ Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince's DJ. MC Jazzy Jeff was way earlier, and he is FBA. So 2 points for the foundational Black Americans, no doubt. Curtis Blow, one of the first commercially successful rappers, and he's from Harlem, FBA for sure. Now the Sugar Hill Gang, I thought it was 3 members, it might be 4. Wonder Mike, Master G, Hand Dog, DJ T Dynasty, and Ethiopian King. From Jersey, this is the first commercially successful rap song with Rapper's Delight. But I'm about to give the point to Jersey, but whatever. We'll do FBA. Wonder Mike, definitely FBA. And Master G, FBA, but New Jersey in the house. Now, Blondie, they were kind of a rock or new wave punk rock group, but their song Rapture, she is 100% rapping on that song. And she gives a shout out to Fab Five Freddy in the crew. So this is definitely one of the more famous rap songs that made rap popular on the radio, which was a big deal. But she is a white lady. Run DMC, for sure, pioneers. This is the brother of Russell Simmons, Rev Run. This is DMC, and this is Jam Master Jay. We already know he is the brother of Russell Simmons. Now, DMC, he was born in New York City, FBA parents, but he was adopted. I vaguely remember saying that, reading that his mother, his biological mother, was either Puerto Rican or Dominican, or he grew up thinking that. So I'm tempted to put him with the Puerto Ricans, but because I don't have that for sure, we will say that they are both FBA. Jam Master Jay is from Brooklyn, and they are FBA for sure. The Treacherous 3, pioneers of hip hop, DJ Easy Lee, Kool Moe Dee, LA Sunshine, Special K, all FBA. As far as I could tell. Houdini, there's 3 of them. I was not able to get the Wikipedia page for all of them, but 3 points for FBA. The Beastie Boys. You can't talk about hip hop without the Beastie Boys. 3. And they were, I believe they were all Jewish, but we're gonna put them here with white Americans because they were all born here. Dougie Fresh, rapper, beatboxer, and icon, and he is from Barbados. His family's from Barbados. Rick Rubin, co-founder of Def Jam Records, and he is obviously a white man. But, okay, Jewish. I think the Beastie Boys were all Jewish too. I guess that could have been a category of its own. If it was, they'd have 4. UTFO. There is 3 members of the group, but only one had a Wikipedia page, and that is Kango Kid, and Kango Kid was Haitian. Chuck D from the legendary group Public Enemy, for sure foundational Black American, and I really dropped the ball by not including Flavor Flav, his partner, who was foundational Black American, but he also had some Native American ancestry. Fun fact, he's related to Old Dirty Bastard of the Wu-Tang Clan. Just trying to move this down. Okay, let's go. Almost done. Tila Rock, very famous rapper. He's from Def Jam, and he is FBA. And his brother is Scott LaRock from the Boogie Down, from Boogie Down Productions. One half of the Boogie Down Productions. Scott LaRock, FBA. Now, KRS-One is definitely one of the greatest rappers of all time, a brilliant man and hip-hop historian. He's on record saying that Puerto Ricans were 50-50, as well as the Jamaicans and the Grenadans, and with foundational Black Americans. If you hear him talk about hip-hop, he's very inclusive. And he's an authority because he is a historian of the game. But he is from the islands. His father was from Barbados. So KRS-One, the teacher, comes right here. LL Cool J. A lot of people don't know this, but he is the GOAT. He is literally the GOAT. The greatest of all time. Because he invented that phrase, GOAT. That is his word. He coined it. He is the GOAT. And LL Cool J, he's a very famous actor now. A lot of people know him now for his acting. But his family comes from Barbados. He is an islander. MC Shan, one of the most famous rappers, most famous for the Bridge, the first rap battle of all time, where they were battling Boogie Down Productions. And he is FBA for sure. Marley Marl, one of the most famous rappers. Marley Marl, DJ, rapper, record label producer. From Queens, FBA. You know this FBA is the only one with 2 rows, okay? They're winning right now. Eric B and Rakim. This is Eric B, the DJ. This is Rakim, the rapper. One of my favorite rappers for sure. But they are both FBA. Foundational Black Americans and pioneers of rap, for sure, of hip hop. And last but not least, Salt and Pepper, very famous rap duo, and there's also DJ Spinderella. Salt is Cheryl Renee James. She is from New York, and she's FBA. Pepper, can't have salt without pepper. Pepper is Jamaican. And finally, last but not least, DJ Spinderella. As far as I could tell, she is FBA. So, this is what we're working with, right? And this is the founders of hip hop, for sure, the pioneers. Can't tell the story of hip hop without mentioning all these people, right? So if we did a DNA test, I'm gonna do my best, Maury Provich. Hip hop, you are 66% FBA, African American, foundational Black American, 14% Puerto Rican, 12% other Caribbean, Jamaican, Barbadian, Haitian, and 7% white American, with another subgroup being Jewish Americans. So, what do you think? Please let me know in the comments what you think. Who is correct? Obviously, they're both wrong, because 50% of the people were not Puerto Rican, and you can't say there was no part. Obviously, there were a large part, especially when you say the grandfather of all rap, Mr. Padilla over here, he was a founder of hip hop. The grandfather, when your grandfather's Puerto Rican, you are Puerto Rican, okay? So hip hop, you are Puerto Rican. But I try not to be biased. Let me know in the comments what you think. Who is more correct? And let me know what you think. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm still doing 1,000 subscriber giveaway, 10 hours free genealogy, and I'll make a video. So once again, let me know what you think. As always, pa'lante.